Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, rich and broke, motivated and confused, welcome. You know, every time someone asks me, Jack Ma, what's the biggest challenge in business? I don't say competition, I don't say government, I don't even say taxes, though those things can definitely make you cry like a baby eating chili. The biggest challenge in business and in life is your own emotions and your mind. Your enemy is not out there wearing a red suit with horns. He's sitting between your two ears, smiling, overthinking, overreacting, getting angry, comparing yourself, and scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. instead of reading a book. And today, I want to help you start the most powerful journey you'll ever take, not to America, not to the moon, but inside yourself. Let me begin by telling you a story. When I started Alibaba, many people around me were smarter than me. Some were better looking than me, which was not difficult, trust me. Some had MBAs. I had an MBA massive belief in action. But guess what? Many of those smart people failed. Not because of their IQ, but because of their EQ and MQ, emotional quotient and mental quotient. They were too emotional. When the market dropped, they panicked. When a customer shouted, they shouted back. When they didn't get promoted, they cried in the toilet and quit the next day. My friends, talent will take you to the door, but emotional control will decide if you enter. I always say, when you're emotional, you become your own virus. You infect your decisions. You infect your future. Many people live like soda bottles. Shake them a little and boom, they explode. One small comment from someone and your entire day is ruined. Your boss says, fix this mistake, and you hear, you're useless, unwanted, and will die alone. No, that's not what they said. Let me teach you the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is emotional. Responding is intentional. Reacting is fast and foolish. Responding is slow and wise. Reacting is from the heart. Responding is from the mind, after drinking water and breathing deeply. Control doesn't mean you become a robot. It means you're a wise warrior. The strongest soldiers don't fight every battle. They choose which ones are worth their energy. If someone insults you on social media, you don't need to reply. Don't start a keyboard war. You're not the minister of Facebook comments. Let them talk. When your results show, even their insults will sound like praise. Let me tell you, some of the most expensive decisions in history were made emotionally. People bought stocks when they were excited, then sold them in fear. They lost money twice. People married because they were lonely, divorced because they were angry. People quit jobs because their colleague took their chair. Yes, real story. I saw it in Alibaba. I told him, why are you quitting? He said, she sat in my chair. I said, then sit on the floor and continue working. You think Jeff Bezos never had someone take his coffee? You see, when you control your mind, you control your direction. When you control your emotions, you control your decisions. And your decisions control your future. Let me ask you, are you thinking about where you want to go, or are you reacting to where people are pushing you? Let's talk about something painful. Anger. Oh, this one has destroyed more dreams than laziness. 1 minute of anger can make you say something that takes 10 years to fix or can't be fixed at all. I have seen people slap their boss and then call me the next day asking for another job. I said, no, you don't need a job. You need a punching bag and therapy. You see, anger makes you brave for 10 seconds and a fool for life. That's why every time I feel very emotional, I do 3 things. 1, I drink a glass of water. 2, I take a 10-minute walk. 3, I remember, is it worth it in 5 years? If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't waste more than 5 minutes on it. And if it is going to matter in 5 years, you must think carefully, not emotionally. Let's now move to the mind. The mind is powerful. It's your best friend or your worst enemy. The biggest prison is not in jail. It's in your mind. It tells you, you're not good enough. You're too late. You're too old. You're too young. Nobody will support you. My friends, that voice is not God. It's not even your enemy. It's just your scared inner roommate who watches too many Netflix dramas and listens to people who failed. You must tell that voice, thank you for your opinion, but I'm driving this car. Feed your mind like a garden. Plant ideas that grow. Read books. Remove weeds. Stop complaining. Water it daily. Meditate, pray, or just sit silently and think. Because the one who controls their mind controls their world. When COVID-19 came, many businesses around the world collapsed, not just because of the virus, but because of emotional panic. The lockdowns were tough, the market was uncertain, and the future looked like a foggy mirror. But let me tell you, most people didn't fail because they lacked money. They failed because they lost mental control. Some business owners, the moment they heard pandemic, threw their hands in the air and said, that's it. everything is finished. I'm doomed. I looked at them and said, this is not the end. This is an exam. Let's study harder. Let's adapt. Let's innovate. Don't panic, pivot. I immediately called my team and said, we don't cry now. We think, we move, we pivot our strategy. And that's how we created more digital solutions and supported small businesses online. You see, when you're too emotional, you will always assume the worst case scenario. You'll magnify problems, underestimate yourself, and freeze like a deer in headlights. But if you control your mind, you start seeing opportunity inside disaster. You begin to think creatively instead of react destructively. Even in a storm, birds don't stop flying. They just fly higher to avoid the turbulence. You must do the same in life. When everything around you is shaking, let your mind be your anchor. So let me ask you, are you panicking or are you pivoting? Are you crying and posting sad statuses on social media, or are you creating solutions behind the scenes? Because the truth is, crisis doesn't build character, it reveals it. And if your emotions control you in hard times, you'll always break. But if you learn to lead your mind, you will rise even in the storm. Sometimes we say, I can't help how I feel. Okay, maybe. But you can help what you do with that feeling. Let's say you wake up and feel like doing nothing. Do you obey that feeling? Let me tell you, if I waited until I felt like working, Alibaba would be Alibaba broke. There are days I feel lazy, days I feel afraid, days I feel insecure. I say, thank you emotions, but I still have things to do. You must learn to feel fear and still move forward. Feel doubt and still decide. Feel sad and still serve. You're the boss. Your thoughts are employees. If one employee is always bringing negative ideas, what do? Fire them. One of the secrets of mastering emotions and mind is knowing when to shut up. Not every argument needs your comment. Not every insult needs a reaction. Sometimes the most powerful reply is no reply. You want peace? Learn the art of shutting your mouth and opening your mind. I once had an investor shout at me in a meeting. He was red like a tomato in a microwave. Everyone waited for me to explode. I smiled. Later he came back and said, thank you for not embarrassing me. I said, if I joined you in your madness, we would both look like clowns. You don't fight every barking dog. You keep walking and people will know you are going somewhere. You clean your body every day, I hope. But do you clean your mind? If you don't control your emotions daily, your mind will get dirty. Comparison will enter. Jealousy will enter. Fear will enter. Doubt will enter. You must clean it with daily routines. Start your day with silence, not social media. Journal your thoughts. Empty your brain. Talk to someone wise, not someone dramatic. Your phone gets restarted. Your laptop gets refreshed. What about your mind? Control is not once, it's daily discipline. Now let's talk about something funny. You. Yes, you're funny. Me too. We worry about things that never happen. We cry before the movie even starts. We imagine problems that don't exist. Life is already crazy. If you don't learn to laugh, you'll become a walking complaint machine. Even when I was rejected from jobs, I laughed. KFC rejected me. The police rejected me. Even thieves didn't want to steal my resume. But I didn't let those rejections control my emotions. I said, maybe God is protecting me from a life that doesn't belong to me. Now, when I go to KFC, I buy the whole branch. So please don't cry forever. Control your emotions by learning to laugh, let go, and move on. So, my dear friend, if you forget everything I've said today, please remember this. You are not a passenger in your life. You are the driver. Your mind is the engine. Your emotions are the fuel. But you are holding the steering wheel. Where you go from here is entirely up to you. If you want success, don't just pray for luck control your emotions. Don't throw tantrums every time life doesn't give you what you want. Life is not a restaurant. It's a buffet. You take what's available and turn it into something valuable. If you want peace, don't wait for the world to calm down. Calm your mind first. Stop allowing every small inconvenience to shake you. There will always be noise around you. The question is, do you have silence inside? If you want happiness, stop being a slave to every little feeling. Feelings are like weather, they change. But your purpose, your vision, your values, they should remain steady. Let me leave you with this. If a mosquito lands on your face, you don't smash it with a hammer. If someone insults you, don't burn your career in peace just to prove a point. If life brings you storms, don't cry, build a stronger roof. Mastering your emotions and mind is not a one-day job. It's a daily practice. But once you gain that control, you become unstoppable. People can gossip about you, insult you, doubt you, but they can never destroy you. Why? Because your power comes from within. So go out there not to fight people, not to seek revenge, not to argue, but to win the battle inside yourself. Because once you win that internal war, no one and nothing can stop you. Thank you. God bless you. Now go win.